there is nothing wrong with what you want. Ding, 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 ding. I can hear idea coming through. These things are getting better and better. Perhaps I'll be able to do videos, because I used to think, since these ideas come to me when I am at my most uncomfortable, or just doing the most random shit, not really being camera ready, or, appearance not being people ready. I thought, no. But lately, that anything that is negative towards being seen and being out there and sharing my messages is like being bashed by some power I can't quite explain to you. But going back to the point that I'm inspired to do this recording, was there is absolutely nothing wrong with what you want to do. I just started season 3, episode 3. Oh, it's the last season. Lock and Key. And 3 minutes and 16 seconds in, right before Kenzie said goodbye to Tyler, going to meet with Logan, this beautiful scene came when she's just standing there, and as he was walking away, this beautiful green plants background, like the sun is just facing her perfectly. And then I was like, oof, this is all what I want to do. Watch movies and make movies. That's it. Just be lazy. That's all I want to do. And then I heard this voice. It's like, wow, what's wrong with that, right? And it's like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what we want. In fact, the only right thing in life is what we want. And what we want is constantly changing. Actually, the only thing that's constant is that change. Wanting. Because it was supposed to be, you want it, you get it. You want it, you get it. You want it, you get it. You want it, you get it, you move on. You want it, you get it, you move on. You want it, you get it, you move on. You want it, you get it, you move on. That's how life is supposed to be. Like, without having the most freedom with wanting. Right? Like, there is no time spent. Just like in space, right? How time is very delayed, right? Like, or like how for the creator, there's no time. Time and space doesn't exist, right? It's like you see something, oh, you got it. You see something. It's like when you go to the grocery store, do you get to the produce and be like, oh, I need onions, but I need carrots more. Oh, I need this. Like, like how we shop for groceries. I'm bringing up groceries because that's something that we do frequently, right? More than anything we shop in life for, more than anything we shop for groceries, right? So I guess they could be expensive things in a grocery store too, but it's just it's frequent. Like I'm thinking it's the best experience, right? So like when you're picking up, it's like you don't look at the potato and spend times like, do I really need you? Right? Like you just pick it up. That's it. And that's how life is supposed to be. And one thing I'm realizing is that when you are in a position to get what you want, you're only gonna start wanting the right things, because there is a stage that we get to in life to have and do anything and everything that we want. So I believe we come to life to understand and to excel at that. So it's only when we get to that stage that we are able to co-create with God. So like we are here to remember that power, our manifestation power. So for example, for the billionaire, nothing is outreach, right? So you don't look at a billionaire going to a clothing store, right? And freaking out like I would right now as a regular person, like working at 9 to 5, like if you take me to Tom Ford, it's like, woo, right? My head would spin. But for the billionaire, it's nothing. That's his norm, right? So that's the problem with us. It's all about shifting our reality into what we want. And what we want needs to be our new norm in the mental state before it becomes our physical norm. And the reason why I started this video by saying there is nothing wrong with what we want. In fact, that is the only thing that is right in life, is because through wanting is how we are finding our life's direction. Coming from the same parents, living in the same household for 18 years, right? Like doing the same thing, watching almost the same thing, blah, blah, blah. But we have absolutely different, unique interests, right? Between siblings. That's why 18 comes, you graduate high school, everyone is off to their, right? One becomes successful, one becomes miserable, one becomes, right? Everyone's just different. Because it's through that, the thing that we continually want. And one thing starts the moment we arrive on earth. A baby has wants and needs, right? But those wants turn into need when we do not know how to receive what we want, or when we are separated from the feeling of peacefulness from wanting, right? Most of us as an adult right now, we don't even feel wanting, right? Wanting is like, it freaks us out. Why? Because there is a feeling or emotional baggage attached to wanting. Is like, oh, not getting. You can't get what you want. You only get what you need. That's why we never enjoy life, because when it gets to the needing stage, it has exhausted us. So it's like, it doesn't even mean shit, because the energy that was invested to bringing that thing into the 3D reality was not through happiness. That's why we only enjoy the things that comes to us easily, like that free coffee at Starbucks. You know, like, although like we do not have the enough practice to extend the experience of feeling good, right? Because we don't have enough fuel to feel good, because we are so stressed out, right? So every month the bills are paid, groceries are done, the diaper is bought, right? It's just life has become having only the necessity things, right? And or just being a hoarder, right? Like if you're single and you can spend money, right? Like for example, what we just passed, Black Friday, right? Like buying things that you already have and you're not even using what you have, but it's just like there's this feeling from buying, from spending. That's also another thing. Spending feels good, because spending is using. It's not really spending it. You're using the money. You're buying what you want. But the thing is, we are buying what we don't need. We are buying what we think we want, right? We are only buying just, we are caught up in the materialistic world, right? We're only buying shoes and clothes. What else? Right? Like, I guess if you are in a position to shop for cars, okay, yeah, shopping for the next Ferrari. But the point that I'm making is that self-fulfillment can only comes from wanting the right things. And you can only come to a stage of wanting the right things when you are serving your purpose, when you know what your soul mission is in this lifetime or in the lifetime that you are currently at. Other than that, you're only going to be working for money, and then money can only get you material things, right? And I'm not saying when you are serving your purpose, the things that you buy are not materialistic, but they will be lively. The things that you want are not going to be just like to impress others or whatever. It's only going to be like for pleasurable purposes. Now, some might say, I buy the new Jordans for self-pleasure. No, if you're a working person, you're buying that Jordan so you can impress others, because there isn't any self-fulfillment type of feeling that a Jordan can bring to you. Now, I can hear my old self saying, well, what about sneakerheads? Sneakerheads also collect it. How are you serving the others by collecting sneakers? except helping the corporations, right? So the point that I'm making is that when you start respecting what you want, right? If you just stop right now, however old you are, if you could listen to me, that is like starting at a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, right? They're the way they comprehend might not be, as the same level as adults, but some kids are very smart. Not every 4-year-old need a car, a toy car and a fucking candy, because that wasn't me. You know what I mean? I wasn't like that. I was very wise at that age. So the point is that every human being has something in common. That is wanting constantly. There's something that we want. If we were told, if a billionaire comes to us, right? Like any random person was stopped on the street right now and asked them if money wasn't a problem, or like if they were told, they actually cannot comprehend thinking like if money wasn't a problem, what would you want? They can't comprehend that. But if they were told, I'm a billionaire, I'm in a good mood today, we're picking 10 people, lucky something, and just like, explain it in how winning a lottery form, they will tell you, oh, I want a Ferrari, oh, I want a penthouse. But if you like put them in that penthouse, they're going to start being stressed. They're not even going to enjoy it. Why? Because their brain is not developed enough to live in that type of luxury. Because living in a penthouse is luxury, right? And luxury requires a feeling. Before you get to luxury, you have to feel a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions that gets to luxury, because living a luxury life equals to serving your purpose. And luxury doesn't always mean a penthouse. Luxury is a feeling. There are a lot of people that are living in a luxury penthouse but not feeling luxury. So like, I know I sound contradiction. I sound like I'm contradicting myself, but the point that I'm making is that the importance of wanting. What is it that you want? Is it the penthouse? Is it to live in a penthouse what you want? Meaning, for example, for me, I've got to that stage from wanting to live in beautiful houses for as long as I can remember, like since I was a girl living in a third world country, right? Luxury houses exist everywhere, anywhere. They just don't tell you that, right? So it's like, how did I come to this stage at 35 years old living in my dream house or in my dream penthouse, right? It didn't just happen right now. It almost took my whole life to creating this life, right? And wanting to live in this kind of lifestyle is going to require me to figure out what kind of person live in this kind of lifestyle. What do they do, right? You have to be a billionaire, a millionaire. Okay, can you get to that stage by working and saving? No, right? So I had to change. Then what is the point of living then if I'm going to be working? That was literally my spiritual awakening moment, right? Like going to work. It's like, is this it? Is this my life? Right? At age 23, even 22 when after I celebrated 22. But after 23, things really gotten deep. It's like, what the fuck? So is this my life? That's it? I'm just going to be working? Like reality hit so hard. Right? And then that helped me to manifest my move to my move to Vegas. So like, living in Ohio, I wouldn't be able to see, because you have to see luxury to understand what you want. You have to see people living the life that you want, right? So social media wasn't even like that popular. It was just Facebook, right? In my early 20s. So, but life, like this is what I'm talking about, the direction. It's going to take you in your own direction, because I have my own brothers. They don't want to live Ohio. They're cool living in that. It is what it is. There is nothing wrong with wanting to live in a small town. Or Ohio is not really a small town, but it's not a city. There's comfort. There are so many billionaires that live in Ohio. There are so many luxury penthouses and apartments in Ohio. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you have to live in the city. You have to live in Vegas or LA or New York to live a luxury life. No. But you see the difference that I'm giving you as an example? It's this wanting. It's through the wanting. It's through respecting the one thing, our wantings, that is going to lead us into the right direction. We each have our own life direction that we were meant to follow, right? So, for example, going back to the example, moving to Vegas introduced me to this luxury houses, right? Luxury living. There are people like me, right? That age doesn't matter. Everyone looks good. Everyone works out. The people that I see at the gym, the people that I see at the grocery store, the people I see on the street, the cars that I see on the street. It's different than Ohio now. You see? Why? Because I first matched the frequency. I manifested my move to Vegas while I was living in that, a cloudy, rainy, cold, just Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. How? Through my imagination. And right now, I am living in that manifestation in Vegas, right? Exactly like the condo that I want to live in, with the high ceiling, with the beautiful architecture, right? And then now I'm manifesting a penthouse that is in Paris, in the heart of Paris, with Eiffel Tower view. Why? Because there's power in my preference. I have my own reasons. I want to live where reading a book is like a fucking monument. Sitting at a coffee shop by yourself, like it's the norm in Paris. That's the lifestyle that I want, that I enjoy, that I intend. You see how it's making me? Why? Why do I want that? So I can write, so I can read, so I can meet people that appreciate reading and books and art. Can I do that in America? No, not really. I can do it, but it's looked as like weird. Going to the movies by yourself or going to a coffee shop and reading a book is like, unless you're sitting on your laptop, oh, he's working. So that's okay. But if you're holding your book in America at a coffee shop, it's like, you're a loner, you have no friends. Especially when you're a beautiful girl like me that looks like a model. In Paris, you can go out, have a glass of wine. People watch. That's a fucking norm. And that's what the fuck I enjoy, doing nothing. And that is a fucking monument in Paris. You see how life is taking me? Like, I don't even know, but by continuously following what I want, life continues to show me, this is it, this is it. And it's like life knows me more than I know myself, better than I know myself. So it continues to match me with the right things. So like at this stage, I'm not like wanting things that I used to want when I was 19, 20, right? Around that age was just materialistic shit. Shit doesn't even, like, just shoes just to impress others. Everything was just to impress others, or to caring about what others think about me. But when you get to a stage of respecting what you want and understanding your soul purpose, you start wanting only the right things. So the universe is like conspires with you. But before that though, your wanting is going to be a hard work. That's why none of us experience loving what we want. So as an adult, we continue to ignore what we want. So we're actually scared of what we want. We don't even say it out loud. There was a time that I wasn't even able to say that I was a writer or a fashion designer, or like I was a model, or I wanted to be a model. No. Because I was my own enemy. I was standing in my own way. As the African proverbs that Les Brown always mentions is that if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do no harm. We are our own enemies. We are our own maker. We are our own breakers. There is nothing outside of us that has power over us. Nothing. No one. Nobody. Because no one can come and think for your mind. You can be influenced. Yes, absolutely. Because if you're not going to use your brain, someone else is going to. See, that's how intelligent this God power is. The one that's creating and bettering the world, hell yeah, he's going to use your power because it needs us. It needs you, the regular person. What's the point of owning a hotel? Like, the hotel owners don't need people, right? They own the hotel already. They dreamed and manifested a hotel. If everyone starts serving their purpose, right, and they don't have servers and whatever, they can create other, how the world is going right now, where we're at with AI, right? They can create a way for people to check in, for people to fucking order their food. They would only have chefs. You can go to the restaurant and pick up your food, right? Like, the hotel will still exist. So people are not really needed for small jobs. But because not everyone is thinking, man's power is being used by another man. Not being abused, but being used. Why? Because this man is working on his dream, on serving his purpose, right? The hotel owner, he just wants to bring good, convenience and good life. Good time for people. Do what you do. when you want to hide out, when you need privacy to do whatever you want. But the server is thinking something else. That's why he's a server. A server wants another new shoes that he doesn't even need. It's like when we're not serving our purpose, we're going to start wanting what we do not need. But when we are serving our purpose, we're going to want what we actually need, right? The universe conspires with us, then life becomes easy. See, in 2015, starting from 2015 until 2019, I obsessively wanted to move to Vegas and to just, and that's one wish. And then the other one was, it wasn't a wish, it was a desire, burning desire actually, because wish is just a cliche. We don't think about, we don't put enough emotion when it's wish. It's like, oh, it's in a la la land, right? And then my second one was like, I hated working, so I just wanted a life where I do not work, so I could just sit and just research and read. That's all I wanted. I just wanted to research what I was feeling, with the shift that I was feeling that I didn't understand. But I come across enough with information, right? Spiritual awakening, meditation, right? Like I just wanted more of that, more of understanding what quantum physics was, right? Here comes 2019, January. I reaffirmed exactly again what I wanted. I wrote it out. I even posted on the internet. Little did I know, I was actually creating history, right? Here comes February, the same month I got promoted, I got fired. Here comes the end of February, a flight attendant opportunity showed up. The universe knows there is no way that I was going to pass on that. It was based in based in Vegas. That's what I heard, which it wasn't even correct. And I thought the job was guaranteed. It was actually a group interview. But the universe knew that it was a perfect time. It was such a profound time that nothing was going to stop me. Enough to do whatever it takes to move. So that's why I drove for 2 days, packed up my ship, drove for 2 days and moved. You see, if it didn't happen in that way, the universe is so intelligent, we cannot even comprehend how it could orchestrate the life that we want, right? Like going back to my example, if I had that job, if I didn't get fired, I would not bring myself, drive by myself for 2 days, what? No way. A job that's not even guaranteed, no way. Right? So it would have been another year. But because I learned the lessons, meaning, why do I want to move to Vegas? I thought about, having beautiful, backgrounds to, to make my fashion desire take off. I can start sewing. I can even model it myself. And Vegas, everywhere is beautiful for posting. Right? I continue to eat that, to digest that. Hey, look at me 5 years later. That was my passion, not my purpose. My purpose was to be a writer, in the self growth industry. And I'm not saying I'm not a fashion designer, but that's my passion. That's what I do for fun. That's not what the world needs. The world is not in need of another fashion designer. The world is in need, though, of another, contributor into the self-help, industry. You know what I mean? So it's like, or you could say, although that I thought that I was going to be a fashion designer when I moved to Vegas, the universe introduced me to the other part of me that was also in need of me. Right now, 5 years later, boom, everything came in circle. And 2025, I know something is going to take off. I know. Starting from October is like my soul tribes came to my life. All these tarot readers online. It's like it was like another flood of gate that opened. Just like how in the beginning for my first spiritual awakening also happened about meditation, the quantum physics, all the right books, all the right people, all of these things that showed up to help me understand what I was feeling so I won't be lost, right? So even during the times that I thought I was crazy because I had all these informations, it helped me. I didn't need nobody else. When the student is ready, the teacher will show up, right? So again, to wrap up this recording, There is nothing wrong with what we want. Actually, everything is right in what we want. That is actually the only thing that we should respect. Because that's the only way we can get to self-fulfillment. That's the only way we can find out what we're meant to be in this lifetime. And until we do that, we're just going to be settling down, reproducing, and that's it. Your kids are not even going to know the secret because you don't know the secrets. How are they going to learn? I mean, luckily, through social media and the internet, whatever, they will discover it like I did. But wouldn't it be easier for your kids to be taught from the beginning and for you to recognize their interests from the beginning, so there was no time spent, wasted from them serving their purpose? Right? Imagine if my dreams to be a writer was cultivated, if my love for fashion was cultivated, if my mom only bought me, she could have afforded to buy me a sewing machine in Ethiopia. My God, we were surrounded by many people that were like sewing clothing for us, even the way I grew up, right? Because of the religion, we were supposed to wear dresses. So what they would do is they would go out and they pick up fabrics, and then, right? Imagine if I even spent on the weekends like with Jonas, the guy that my mom used to love, actually, that used to sew their like the group in our church actually all goes to him. Imagine if I spent a weekend with him. How much it would have expedited but it is what it is, right? So the opportunity was there. It's always there. Opportunity is always, always there. We just do not see it. Because we are so, like, not confident in ourselves. We do not feel like we deserve what we want. So we don't even share it outside of ourselves. So we continue to just being okay, conforming and just walking around in the expectation of others and just doing the norm, right? No one is really stepping outside the line. Just school, marriage, kids, mortgage, school, marriage, kids, mortgage, school. That's it. And nowadays it's not even about school, it's about high school, job, reproduce. It's not even marriage, it's canceled out. Reproduce, stress. High school, job, reproduce, stress. High school, job, reproduce, diaper, stress. She's only 28 and she already got 2 kids. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyways, yeah. 27 minutes, wow.